1 2 1 2 testing.
All about experience is to feel the adrenaline running through our veins, like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. How is you today?
What's up, Thomas?
Wagwan, Marwan,
How are you?
Sean, Alan, everyone. Yeah, excellent. First day back to work and we are already in profit. How cool is that? Fucking brilliant. I love this job. Hello, hello. So, who's sitting in gold?
Hello.
I am.
Excellent. You should be in profit by now.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
We are already in profit. What you said.
Let me just see. Lot. Okay, so where do we begin? Obviously the team members already in the position, or should be in the position, because the analysis was sent out twice today. One before the morning briefing, one after the morning briefing, and we discussed this during the morning briefing, so this should not be a surprise that gold is creeping up slowly. But those of you who missed the opportunity to enter, let's see if we can find another good entry. So I'm switching back to trading view. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So the second entry was a little bit in a drawdown. The first one was almost no drawdown. The second one was I was a bit premature to enter. But you see this massive impulse move, which retraced back to the 78.60. So in the end, it wasn't a stop loss hit. It was just a drawdown, but it is in a profit right now. So let's see if we can find another good entry for those who maybe missed the opportunity to enter because, they had a lunch or with the family or whatever. So what we can see on the chart right now, if I just delete all the crap from here, is that gold in a bullish market structure. We have this orange trend line which is holding up so nicely since, you know, beginning of April. And if we zoom back, we see that this bullish market structure started just after it broke out from this wedge, because we know, all of us know, that gold likes to consolidate and move in wedges, and who doesn't like a good wedgie? So, long story short, what do we have in the gold chart right now? You can see that gold came down to the previous daily open, which lined up exactly with this orange trend line. Now, if you use the Fibonacci, which is one of my favorite tools, I use it religiously, put it from swing low to swing high, guess what? It lines up with 61.80. So this zone right here was a perfect buying opportunity. And what did we do in the morning when we saw this buying opportunity? We purchased, of course. So those of you who are asking buy or sell, we did buy. Now, it moved a little bit of sideways and it pulled back to the trend line, so it wasn't clear what exactly is going to happen, because when gold starts to consolidate close to a trend line, it's quite dangerous, because you know, when it consolidates close to a support or a resistance, most likely it breaks through with an impulse move. Thanks God, that danger so far is gone, because price now is trading above the previous daily close. Let's have a look what's happening with the pivot points. It's still trading below the daily pivot point at 1983, but at least it's trading above the support level, which lines up with the previous daily open, with the 61.80 Fibonacci, with the trend line. So multiple confirmations confirming that we did the right choice when we purchased at the beginning of the London session. Right, so those who missed the entry for any reason, I just gave you the confirmations, the reasons, the argument why we purchased. You know, this can go either way, this can go up or down, as always on the Forex and gold market. But my bias is still bullish, and what I see on the gold chart, and actually what I can see on the screen, is we have 215 viewers and only 78 likes. So if you want me to continue, hit that like button right now. But moving back to the chart, what do we have and what do we see is that we have this resistance level lines up. Well, you can see on the charts, WR1 weekly resistance on the pivots, and is Fibonacci 50% level, so it's crystal clear. It lines up with the previous resistance level. And what we're waiting for, or if you miss the opportunity to buy, wait for an impulse move to the upside to break this resistance level and wait for the retest. And the profit target will be around just under the previous daily high. So anything above 1990 works as magic. You can take profit because it is just below 2000, which is a strong psychological number. Now, this was the conservative entry. If you're really eager to enter, you know, you can always enter, because if you have a look on the chart, let me just show you my current positions. So these are my positions. I had 3 positions. One of them is closed down in a slight profit. So let me just find it. You can see that this was closed down at almost 400 pounds, 5 lots. That was running in a slight drawdown when I entered, but now it closed down in a profit. So the rest of the 2 positions are running in profit, but you see that the current price level isn't too far away from my entry. So let's have a look on TradingView. What would it look like if you enter now? Because, you know, it's never too late to enter, but you have to sacrifice a wider stop loss. So the number of likes on YouTube gone up to 96, so keep pressing that like button if you want me to tell you what to do next. Gold buy or sell. So I'm just gonna wait 4 likes to creep up to 100. Keep pressing those like, guys. If you want me to continue, that's the price. Keep pressing the like. Right. $99. Oh, 100. Okay, let's continue. So, I showed you the conservative entry. What happens if... Someone is really loud. Can you hear this echo or this muddy
Yes, we can
noise?
hear it.
Who is it? 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, here.
Ah, now it's gone. Maybe it was Michelle. Anyway, so now it's back again. Is it my mic?
Maybe try to
We can
mute all
hear
the
you
mics.
quite clearly.
Yeah, but someone is really, someone has a noise.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad mic connection. That's the sort of person.
It is, yeah.
It's better to mute everyone, and then who wants to talk can just unmute himself and talk.
I was always curious how to mute everyone in the Zoom. Is there a function to do that?
Yeah, Thomas, because when we join, it is unmute,
Yeah,
but
the function.
usually it is muted, yeah.
Show me the way how to mute everyone in the Zoom. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out who is that loud one with the bad mic connection. Just going to manually go through one by one. Okay. Anyway, so going back to the chart, where was I? Yeah, we have 141 likes. I'm going to continue. So in the chart right now, you can see that price is massaging the previous daily close, which, you know, it's not ideal, but it bounced off from the weekly resistance, which, you know, for somewhat it was expected. And what I would suggest is, or what opportunities you have, is two ways. The first one is entering at the current price level, previous daily close, but you have to use wider stop loss at around 1972. Take profit, I would recommend 1990, or anything above 1990 should be, you know, abnormal profit bonus, but the ultimate take profit should be around 1990 or just under 2000. So if you're entering at the current price level, you know, this is not financial advice, but the stop loss has to be at around 1972, well below the previous daily open. Even 1970 would be more, you know, safer, but, you know, if you want to keep it tight, 75 and 72, anything in between is good. So that is the first position. The second one, if you want to play it safe, wait for the, you know, price to come back to the trend line, and then wait for an impulse move which breaks the weekly resistance, and then that should confirm the bullish continuation to the upside. So you have three entry positions. The first one is at the current price level, stop loss. I like to keep it as tight as possible, but if I have to honestly recommend, it would be 1970. This is not financial advice. Second entry is at the trend line, but there's no guarantee that price is going to come back to the trend line, because we had this consolidation sideways movement, which was retested for 30-minute candles and before 5 30-minute candles. So it was quite a lot of retest, which, you know, made me concerned that price might going to break the trend line and continue to the downside, because, you know, it could happen any minute. If you look at the news,
هذا لساته شاري الذهب.
okay,
شو مغير.
so it looks like the price is going to come back to a retest. So if you are a patient trader, I would wait for like 1977 or even 1975. If price comes back, this has a better opportunity to enter. But if it you're more conservative.
استنى.
If you're more conservative, then wait for that impulse move to the upside. So what you want to see is an impulse move in form of a candle. So you want to see a candle like this breaking the weekly resistance, the previous daily close, and then a retest. That is the conservative entry, and that is the confirmation that yes, it's gonna go up. Now, but why would you wait for that impulse candle if we have more bias that price is going to continue to the upside? So what I would recommend, or what you can do, is enter at the current price level, stop loss at 1972, and take profit when you're happy. Now this is not financial advice, but that's my opinion. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Any questions? So Dane Henry on YouTube is asking, is there a possibility of head and shoulders forming? I'm just asking. Yes, absolutely. Did notice that big fucking head and shoulder, which I noticed a big head and shoulder. So left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder is forming with the shoulder line at the weekly resistance. So Dane, leave me a message in YouTube if you're thinking about this head and shoulder on the chart. But yes, I did see it. But if you have a look back historically, how many head and shoulders we saw in the past few months, every single week, and not all of them worked out as a short scenario or head and shoulders. It is possible. Market is still heavily driven by geopoliticals and fundamentals. Jesus fucking Hamza, mute your mic. Okay. So, the news is still dominated by the situation in Ukraine, so it's not easy to trade. And the other thing I wanted to highlight, that the economic calendar, if you have a look, which could be good for us, could be bad for us, but if you have a look in the economic calendar, what we see is the China GDP, China industrial production, Chinese unemployment, which points into one direction: a global economic slowdown, unemployment going up, production going down, GDP getting hammered. And if you look at the ECB's, European Central Bank or Fed communication, the speeches, the statement, anything news that comes out from these main central banks, they already communicated that they're expecting a economic slowdown, a global economic slowdown, and it all starts with China. Remember that China is not the powerhouse of the world, but all those silly plastic toys, they're coming from, everything is pretty much made in China. So if China is slowing down, there's going to be less demand for raw materials, which is good because that's going to ease the inflation pressure. But on the other hand, if China is slowing down, it's going to slow down the whole world, because supply chain issues, inflation is going up, labor market is really tight. So if there's any problem with China, or if a slowdown, that's going to have a knock-on effect on all the other countries. And that is already communicated by the ECB. If you look at the publications, they are expecting an economic slowdown. And that is one of the reasons why Christine Lagarde and the European Central Bank are not raising interest rate, as opposed to the Fed, who already started and stated that they're going to raise interest rates 6 times this year. Contradicting. Fed is raising interest rate, ECB is not raising because they're expecting a slowdown. The Fed also expecting a slowdown, but they're taking the risk because the inflation is much higher in the US. So going back to the economic calendar, long story short, we don't have many quantitative, meaningful data printing that is correlated with gold. So we don't have CPI, we don't have interest rate decision. So some silly KPI, not KPIs, PMIs and other economic indicators which are not related to gold. If you have a look next week in the calendar, and this is going to be shocking, look at this, Monday, absolutely bollocks, rubbish. Tuesday, cold swallow up. Wednesday, rubbish. Thursday, rubbish. Friday, well, we have more news and data print things, but it's not something that you want to trade. I mean, core PCE, God knows what is it. So, fundamentally, there's going to be less news on the market. Is it going to give space to technical analysis? Is it going to give space to traders to finally push gold price up? Are the head and shoulders going to work out? Is the $1 million question for next week. But ladies and gentlemen, whoever entered into the gold position, leave a comment under the video or in the super chat. I'm curious. And I'm asking whether the team is still awake or not.
Yes, we are.
Good, good, good. How are you, Radim?
Good. I'm also in the gold buys. Dobrý. How are you?
Yeah, it's good to be back. I think the Easter holiday was a bit too long for me. But it's good to be
for
back.
me, it was a little bit short. I think it might be more days.
Yeah, it's always, you know, it's never enough. It's too short or too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you did you attend on the morning briefing?
Yes, I was here. Yeah.
How did you like it?
It was good, like always.
Good. Perfect answer. £5 to you after the stream. Thank you so much. So, let's see. It looks like people on YouTube also entered into gold buys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're running in 100 pips profit again today. Twice. Good. Let's see the Zoom chat. Nick is racking up gold longs. Adela entered a few minutes ago. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, thank you, Sashay, and thank you, Anwar, for sending me how to mute all the participants. I did find how to mute. You just need to click on participants. It pops up the window, and I have the power now to mute all of you. Wakey, wakey. It's gonna be a long stream.
Don't we have any role for banter today?
Yeah, he's in a meeting.
Oh yes, he said he's got a supply and demand meeting or something.
Yeah. Next week, we are going to, because I asked the question in the Discord chat, that how would you like to learn about economics? And the answer was surprisingly on one side, that everyone said that yes, we would love to learn about economics. So I'm thinking to add, only for members, 1 hour or 30 minutes, so it's 1 day a week, one session, one lecture that we're going to learn about economics and how economics is connected to the market, what is economics, macroeconomics, microeconomics, you know. So we're going to incorporate it into the weekly calls, and looks like gold is going up, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, we're going to start learning economics, and I already started digging out my old economic books. So I'm going to put together the lectures, and we're going to learn some economics. How awesome is that?
Beautiful.
Great news.
This book is 900 pages, and it's only one book. So we have loads of materials to learn. You're going to be trained professionals, market killers.
Awesome.
Oh, Nick is Nick is muted because the kids are loud. Sad thing because that's okay, that's okay. But I like when you adding when you join in conversation.
Oh, so what? Hey, today on the morning recording, I got it. That interesting with the euro picking up against the yen because they get cheaper loans with the euro to buy US bonds and get in the US stock market. I get it. There's a point you're kind of untapping on a bit. That's fascinating. And then the yen just crashing against everything. That's pretty cool. I'm just still trying to figure that out, but that's pretty awesome.
Oh, in the morning briefing that we had the discussion.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, is that my brain was working? It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's one theory, but you know, markets are all correlated. But if you have a look on the interest rate parity theory, interest rate parity. Oh, I need to show you my thing, my browser. I hope there is nothing in my browsing history that, you know, it's not relevant on YouTube. So if you look up the interest rate parity theory, which basically tells you that if you take two countries and if one country has a higher interest rate, therefore the demand should increase to the local government bonds. And if you look up last week actually, the ECB had an interest rate decision, and surprisingly, opposing to the US, they decided not to increase interest rate. Where is it? Where are you, cheeky fucker? I think it was on Thursday. Yes, interest rate decision, ECB. So what it tells, what it generates is more demand for European and, you know, all the local area trade. Local area means, you know, Balkans, East Africa. You know, there are money in these countries. Even in the developing countries, there are traders, there are hedge funds, there are central banks. And, you know, because the interest rate is higher in the US, what traders do is they seek, you know, cheap financing to buy government bonds and just live on the carry trade. Just kim it and take the yield, which is like, you know, 2-3%. Or take corporate bonds, for example, which could be 5% if it's not junk bond, but lower quality like double B or double A bonds. So what they do is, obviously, Japanese yen is a safe haven currency, you know, ultra low interest rate for decades, minus 0.0, minus 0.1. But this decision that the ECB is not going to raise interest rate soon, because they didn't say anything when they're going to increase, it allows traders to take out short-term loans with ultra-low interest rate, almost zero, and they can invest it in something else which has a higher yield. So it's like an arbitrage opportunity. And that is why you see there's currently a huge demand for the euro, because they take out, you know, euro-denominated loans, which are assets. But that is only a theory, and I'm going to mute Kevin now. Oh, let's put him in the waiting room. Okay, Kevin is in the meeting room. So yeah, it's fascinating, and this is how, you know, real finance works. People looking for lower financing opportunities. Why would they use their own money or the company's money when they can use someone else's and, you know, just live on the carry trade?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, it's just kind of surprising because it's counterintuitive. You think, oh, the interest rates are low in the euro, it should keep going down. And then like, oh, well, what if it's in demand because they want to get cheap loans, and oh, that's why it's going up. So yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive. It's good to know. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So it looks like that gold is keep retesting the trend line. What do you think, guys? Why is this? Keeps coming back.
Looks like an M pattern's forming on the 15.
And what about this M pattern right here? Beautiful, simple M. If you use the Fibonacci, this was the pattern I sent out before the stream. You know, respecting the 7860 perfectly, respecting the trend line just above the previous daily open. So on higher time frame, if you mark the chart, wow, we have 320 viewers on YouTube. Where is my high button? How fucking cool is that? So higher time frame analysis, when you, before anything happened, let's move back on the chart. So when you have a well-known support level such as the previous daily open that lines up with you know, the pivots or trend line or whatever, so how can you be so sure that this is going to be the support that's going to push price up? Well, if I just start playing in, you see this impulse move. So just hypothetically, it broke the market structure, it broke the previous, you know, the previous support and resistance. It came up, and what comes after an impulse move is a
retracement.
Very good. Retracement. So it's going to retrace. And look what happened. It started to retrace, forming the second leg of the M. And this is the moment when you have to put your Fibonacci. Oh, no, before this happens, when this impulse move happens, you have to put your Fibonacci and wait for the retracement. That is going to be your entry point. And since what happened is it came a little bit lower, but it's massaging that, you know, support and resistance and trend line. And what it tells me that yes, so far it's looking good. The price is going to respect the trend line. It's going to respect the bullish market structure. But anything is possible, so we don't know what exactly is going to be happening. But my analysis, my methods, and you know, my strategy dictates and tells me that yes, this bullish market structure is going to continue. If it breaks down, it's not the end of the world. We're going to lose 1 or 2 positions, but then we're going to switch into the bearish mode and wait for the confirmations. This is all about, you know, patience, probabilities, and execution. B is asking, did you miss using your high button? Oh, actually, I took it with me and I was pressing it in the dark 3 times a day.
You're a freak, Thomas.
Pardon?
So you were a freak?
Yeah, I'm addicted to the high button. How was your Easter holiday, B?
Nothing much, really. It was just chill. I started on Ozark, and I got addicted to it, like, binge it hard.
What is a series?
Yeah, it's a series on Netflix. Really good.
What is it called?
I've heard of it. Ozark. It's about
Ozark.
laundering money. Yeah.
Oh, that's always good. Learning.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
I never heard the
Yeah, always
opportunity
good to know how to like launder to launder money. Yeah.
Yeah, I did launder money last week, but that was actually leaving money in my pocket, in my jeans.
Wow, nice.
I quite like the rednecks in that program.
Oof. Yeah, I mean,
do you know that older guy, the husband, the one with the beard? He's actually Scottish. He's a Scottish actor.
The Jacob Snell.
Yeah, he's a Scottish actor.
That's nice. I mean, like, he was doing a good job being a redneck.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's appeared in lots of actually comedies and lots of roles in British TV. So recognise him from that. But his wife's a psycho.
Yeah, I mean, whoever played that role of the wife, they made her look like a legit meth head. That was crazy.
Oh, she's complete psycho. Yeah. You disrespected me, so I blow your head off.
I can relate. So
I see. I don't want to get on the wrong side of you then. I think Jimmy should be careful.
You want to get on the side of B?
Be careful.
First, you want to comment anything on US 30?
Anwar, welcome back.
Yeah, hi. Hi.
So,
Out on mute.
US 30. We talked about it today, haven't we?
Yes, we did.
And what did we discuss?
Not going to be a buy or sell for today.
Yeah, it's pretty much buy or sell, but what is happening with the stock markets today?
Results and coming.
Yeah, it's earnings season.
Volatility.
It's the most anticipated thing for bloody stock addicts. So earnings calendar tells you on what day which company going to report the earnings per share, the profitability, the losses. You know, they publishing all the financial statements because these companies who are listed on the stock market, they required to submit quarterly reports, even monthly reports, but the quarterlies are more important because that makes stock market transparent, reliable, and that is going to bring in more investors. Bloody hell, Muhammad. So earnings season can mess up everything because some of the companies have bigger profit than actual GDP of some countries. So some of the companies in the stock market are wealthier than majority of the countries in the whole world. We're talking about third world and small countries. If you look at Apple, they could buy, 5 countries on cash, on demand. So I would be careful with, investing in stocks or stock market because you can see that technicals reflecting the fundamentals and what is happening on the market. Earnings season started, we have a closing in wedge, investors are waiting out for some of the biggest market players, how and what they're going to report in the earnings calendar. Now, banks are going to perform well because the higher interest rate maybe already started showing some profits, but don't quote me on that. But second quarter, when we have 2, 3, or 4 interest rate increase in, that is going to appear on the balance sheet of the banks. So finance companies, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all of these who lend out money, they're going to have higher profits because the higher interest rates. And you can see the technicals already started to reflect on the fundamentals. It's US 30, for example, closing in wedge, start to consolidate, and it is showing the weighting of the investors. And as soon as price breaks out, it's going to go up or down. But anything is possible. Earnings, we don't know what is going to look like. So that is my opinion on US 30. If it comes down to the bottom trend line, buy. If it comes up to the top trend line, just sell. Honestly, this right now is the best opportunity. If you want to be more conservative and you want to safe play, wait for price to come down below the previous daily low or come above the previous daily high. And you want to see a candle that closes above consistently. You don't want to see these, noise, big wicks. You want to see a proper bullish impulse candle. But again, that can go to the downside as well. So I'm ignoring US 30 for now. I'm just observing how corporate America is performing.
Thanks. I think that helps our YouTube folks also.
Damn right. So Anthony 10 on YouTube asking, hi Tomasz, member benefit is classes and knowledge sharing, right? Or signals as well? Anything, mate. Anything, seriously. I even sit next to you and show you how to trade. No, just kidding. So, what do you get? I let the team answer this question. That doesn't sound good so far.
You get knowledge.
Yeah, you get. Yeah, you get to date with Raul. The first thing you get is I do send setups. I think there is a way to show you Discord. But anyway, so you get daily analysis and setups, exactly what you see on the chart. That doesn't go exactly the way I want to, but you get the same kind of setups where I show you my view technically on the markets. I tend to analyze gold and US30 the most, and also some of the major currency pairs if they're not extended, like this one, which is too high to buy, too bullish to sell. So I do analyze gold, US30, major currency pairs. We have morning briefings where I talk about fundamentals, technicals, economics, and anything you need to know about the current state of the financial markets, what is happening. I do send curated articles. This looks really good. So I send curated articles as well from Financial Times and Bloomberg. So you get everything into your Discord. And then we have the afternoon live streaming. That's all we have. And gold is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening? Plus, you get to date with Raul. Dinner for two, all paid by Raul. And a happy meal as well.
Alternatively, of course, I didn't be.
Hamza Omran, last time I'm asking you, mute your mic. Sorted. So, quickly just going back to the chart, it looks like that Officer Sean, is this the amp pattern you wanted to, you said?
Yes.
Damn right, you're good. You're good, Officer Sean.
So I'm not stressing it just yet. I'm going to wait and see what this next 30-minute candle does.
Yeah. So it looked like, until it stays above this orange trend line, I think we're good to go. So let me just quickly give you a sneak peek to my open position. So you don't have to, poo your pants. Pullback often happens. If it hits the stop loss, we know exactly how much is the downside. Pullback is not a bad thing. It's only another opportunity to re-enter for those who missed the entry at the first place. So if you think from this perspective, trading becomes much easier to do, and it looks like that Sean was right, giving us a really nice bullish amp pattern on the 15-minute chart. So there it is. So Jeff Bolton is asking, Tomasz, do you know how do banks trade? Yes, I did work for a hedge fund, and I also worked at a retail bank, a proper risk-averse retail bank, which had companies and treasuries as well. So the bank itself was really risk-averse because it was a retail bank. It was one of the oldest banks in Eastern Europe, so it's 80 years old. So they've seen World War, crisis, dot-com bubble, financial crisis, everything. So they know a lot about risk management. And how do they trade? Well, I was risk manager for them for actually 14 countries, and every country we had a bank in, if they had a treasury, whether it's active or passive, I was the risk manager. I was looking after the capital markets and trading. And how do they trade? Well, mostly trading isn't about traders trying to make money. The number one goal or the number one responsibility of the traders is serving the bank, because the bank has requirements towards the central bank in the given country. In this case is the Hungarian central bank and the European central bank, and they have responsibilities to manage the reserves, because they have a requirement to have certain percentage or amount of reserves held back in form of liquid and illiquid assets, currencies, gold, bank deposits, anything, bonds, and they have to monitor every single day that what is the current capital reserve requirement, what is the coverage, would they survive? After the financial crisis, banks were required to hold certain amount of bank deposits, loans, bonds, gold, etc. So assets. short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities, short-term assets, long-term assets, liquid, illiquid. So the trader is mainly serving the assets and liability management department, which is the ALM. If the reserves are dropping or too high, they have too much Japanese yen, they have to go out to the market and balance it out, and that is the trader's responsibility. The second thing is that they have to serve the sales desk. I'm talking about the risk-averse banks. So if the customer wants to buy or sell anything, literally, the trader has to execute the order from the sales desk. And the third, and the minor thing in case of a retail bank, sorry, I'm just checking the retail bank, they have to serve, obviously they can trade on, they can take risk, but they have to close down the position in the case or an opinion of the bank I used to work. And I had the discussion with the foreign exchange desk. How do they trade? Is there a secret? Is there a method, technology, or whatever? How do they make money? And the truth is that most of them, 90% of the retail banks around the world, they just look at the customer data. They look at what is the market sentiment, and above a certain level, they just buy or sell. But depending on the asset, and quickly, I'm just going to manage my position because I am running in a slight drawdown, but it's not a problem because price is still above the trend line. Candle didn't close below, so I'm just going to monitor what is going to happen. The first stop loss has been hit. So how much was the loss? Quickly just check it. So that was minus 2.4k. That's not very good. Now the second position, I'm going to manually close it down. I'm just going to wait because price, if you look back, is now trading below the previous daily low. So I'm going to stay out from the market. For now, it looks like that this trend line is broken now, which it wasn't expected, but we prepared for every potential possibility. So now we're just going to monitor where is this candle is heading. Is it going to pull back up above the trend line, which I think it will. So I'm going to enter into a half the risk. Stop loss will be at 1970. Let's see. Hold on, is it going to come back to the weekly pivot? What do you think, guys?
Hopefully not, but it's possible.
Yeah, remember that we have the weekly pivot as a really strong support and resistance. Let's have a look on the Fibonacci. It's good advice. So, okay, so what we have is between the weekly pivot and the current price level is we still have the fib at 1969. Let's round it up. And we have the pivot at 1964. So what we're going to do is just going to wait to see how price is reacting.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable taking on a buy at 65. Just waiting for it.
How about 69?
Ha ha ha. Shut up!
Yeah, let's wait. It's a dirty move from gold. Okay, weekly pivot. So if it comes down, yeah, I'm going to set a buy limit at 65 based on the recommendation of B. Stop loss 1960. And take profit, well, just leave it open, but that is going to be, that's the position I have now. Is it going to hit the buy limit? What do you think, guys? Pimer Chatunitizen on YouTube is asking, of everything you can do, what are your favorite strategies? Now, it's a very good question, and many people are interested in. What I really like is, you know, get a shower, call up all my mates, start it with, you know, beer and whiskey, and then go to your local bar, have some more beers, get hammered, go to a nightclub, and just get home somewhere, you know, between 5 and 6 in the morning, so I can get some, you know, few hours sleep. That is my favorite strategy. Why is everyone so quiet?
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Just don't trade drunk.
Yeah, trading and drinking is not, you know, don't trade and drink. It's dangerous. It can hurt your balance.
Everyone's still on vacation.
Yeah, but we have 92 people in the Zoom.
And everyone is managing their trades, setting up.
Most likely.
Or probably hungover.
From Easter? No, it was, come on, it's a holy event.
Yeah, like that ever stopped you.
Yeah, but usually in Hungary as well, everyone just gets smashed and hammered during, you know, these holidays. It's another reason to drink. So Mastface asking, how do you hide stop losses and pending orders and TP from broker's book? You can't. Now there's a difference between A book and B book broker. So if you use a really shit broker, your order actually never hits the market because they are not connected to you know, proper liquidity provider. They have an in-house trading desk. They're holding back all the positions. So if all of the customers are long on euro, what they do is just go out to the market and they just hedge it. They take the opposite position, or they just send it out to the market. So there's no way you can hide it. We have 360 viewers on YouTube. That is very good. 200 likes. That is a good start. Less than an hour. So let's just wait up.
So Thomas, for example, you have this position, right? At what point will you say that you will switch your position, like in regards to going there?
If it goes down below the weekly pivot.
Okay.
Because that is going to break. You know, trend lines are usually there to be broken. Trend lines break all the time. If you look on the chart, historically, if you start drawing trend lines, how many times did it break? Like this one, for example. This one broke. And did people start to panic? No, because it formed a second trend line. And what could happen is, we might have another trend line, but it's still, the market structure is going to be bullish. When I'm going to shift my focus from bullish to bearish, or short term, because long term I'm bullish on gold, but short term, if it breaks the previous high and low, you see we had highs, lows, high, lows, so bullish market structure. When it breaks the market structure, now that is a problem, and that is the moment when I switch into considering of taking a short term sell opportunity. But right now it hasn't broke the market structure, so until it doesn't break, I'm just gonna look for buy opportunities.
Got it. Thank you.
So Mastface on YouTube is really curious about to find out and how to hide the orders from brokers. It's literally impossible, because you need a broker who executes the order for you. You cannot just, you don't have access to the market. You have access to the market via a broker.
But why do you want to hide?
I don't know. Hiding orders is usually a strategy for the big players. So when I was a fixed income trader, when I traded bonds, US corporate bonds and government bonds and ETFs, or any kind of assets really, when we traded ETFs, and if the market was really illiquid, so there was no movement, but we had to sell, what we wanted to do is not to cause any sell-off on the market, because if other market participants see that, oh, actually someone is selling big, they might get scared, they jump on and start selling. So to avoid this, we used a algo from Morgan Stanley that is called the night owl, and you can look up. It basically broke up the order, and it spread over a period of time, and it was feeding bits and bobs to the market until it sold off the whole chunk to the market. There is an article about this algorithm. Yeah, you can read it up. It was available for us. It wasn't cheap, but it did the job. So this was actually hiding the order. And also we use something called dark pools. So if you're interested to find out these, look up dark pools. Now this is the only way to hide, hide the actual buyer or seller. So this is the only way to hide from the market. But this is only for capital market participants. It's not available for retail traders. Dark pools were created in order to facilitate block trading by institutional investors who did not wish to impact the market with their large orders and obtain adverse prices for their trades. That is the only way.
I think gold is pulling it back. Or just
yeah. Well, it pulled down my trousers, so it would be nice to pull back to profit.
We're looking at 30 minutes.
So Mastface, honestly, expert advisor is a bot. It's yes, it's a script, but I don't think you can hide the order. You have to. If you want to make money, you have to execute the order via a broker. That's the whole reason why we have MetaTrader. Like when I traded as a professional trader, we had Morgan Stanley as a prime broker. There was no way I could hide any orders because we had to execute. Anyway, I think you need to brush up on your knowledge on how the orders and what is the general build up. What is the market? Who are the participants? You need to understand what is a broker, what is a market maker, what is a trader.
That's why he should join the team so he can learn, right? Because you're gonna teach it.
Yes, but these are concepts that it's not even in my course, and I don't usually talk about, because this is something that everyone should look up on their own, understanding the mechanics, the dynamics, the participants. I should do a video on this one, that who are the market participants, how are they connected, what is an ECN, what is a market maker. These are important things, and my buy is executed, ladies and gentlemen. Just jumping on. Who's in the buy?
Me.
I am. I'm in a buy.
I'm in a buy.
Me.
All right.
It would be funny if I suggested it and I was like, nah, I'm not in a buy.
Oh, it started so good this morning.
I have a question.
Go on.
So my stop loss was what was it? 1972, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my broker closed at 1970, and there's no spillage. Could I contact them and see if they can do anything about that?
Who's your broker?
MFF.
Oh, it's the challenge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You can ask them, and I think you need to download the logs from your MetaTrader. You can present them, but if you're doing a challenge, they can see all of your positions. You have to understand that MFF, I don't know what is the spread on gold, but because it's a demo account.
15 or 20.
Sorry?
It's around a 15 or 20.
15 or 20 pips. Yeah, you can contact them. When there is market volatility, like that big drop, the spread can increase. So that could cause, prices closing lower than your stop loss.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
But Yal Fallacy on YouTube says that my Forex fund doesn't accept slippage complaints, which is, fair enough. So Jack Thomas is asking, Thomas, do you trade bonds at the moment? There are some great opportunities to short treasury bonds. I've got massive net short position on them now. Well, you might want to consider closing them down. I don't trade any kind of bonds since I left the trading floor, because I don't have access to capital markets. But imagine, just for thought, food for thought, if you invested in government bonds and if you're shorting them, that means you're shorting the price, right? Imagine that if the yields are going up and the price on the bond and the yield are inversely correlated, so if the yield is going up, the price is going down. So you might want to think about that.
Yeah, I had the same slippage as well. My stop loss was at 73 and it's closed at 70, so it's quite a big difference. So the trouble is when the market moves like that, you do get slippage.
Yeah, it's volatile. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. So entered into another position. If these two hit stop loss, I'm just gonna close it down and call it a day. Oh, you're shorting, Jack. Sorry, I thought you're buying. I see you shorting now. Come on, gold. Why are you pulling my trousers down? That's it.
I'm out.
Who is that?
Kevin.
Simon.
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah, gold doesn't want to go up, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm done for the day.
Yeah, if it doesn't pull above back to the daily pivot, let me just show you on the chart. I'm going to close down the positions. So I want to see, you know, price to go back above this weekly pivot level.
Right.
Oh, that was ugly, dirty move. Okay, so now I'm going to pull down. I'm going to close down the position and I'm going to leave gold for today. That ugly, dirty move is not what I like. So, I think we're done for today. Overall,
That hurts.
Yeah. No, we can stay on the stream. Let me just calculate the loss. How much loss we had? 2.5. So overall, down 5k today, which is not good. I think this was the first day that we actually closed with a loss in the past 4 months. Let's go in the high time frame and see.
Getting back, I guess.
Just wondering what caused this massive drop. Everything points into direction. You know, fighting escalates in Ukraine. Inflation is still with us, so this could be a profit taking, or this impulse move is now, you know, people who bought here, they're selling off, and now this is the profit taking. So on a higher time frame, if this continues, this drop, it can come down all the way to 1935.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, every impulse move is followed by retracement, and I've been talking about it since it started, this massive impulse move, that be cautious because, you know, retracement could come anytime soon. So I think now it's time to switch into a bearish mode and look for, you know, you look for sell opportunities. But quickly, let me just see. I have a feeling that price is going to pull back above the weekly pivot point in any minute.
Touch the 200 moving average.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's still above the 200.
Yeah, but it's after this drop, it's not for my liking to buy again. SimaraFX on YouTube says, oh my god, just throwing money. No, it's calculated loss. So if I know how much is my loss, it's not throwing money. You have to execute, you have to trust the analysis. When we did the morning briefing, you know, everything was pointing into the direction that price is going to go up. So today, I logged one position in profit. There was only like £500, so it's not a big deal. And then we had I had three losing positions. So this is the time when I have to call it a day. But everything was pointing into the direction that, you know, it's a buy. And, you know, losses are no shame. So losses are built into this game. Question is 1 or 2 or 5 loss going to destroy your life, destroy your bank account, your trading account, or you're just going to shake it off and move to the next day? So that is the big difference between throwing money and managing calculated risk. So Parity on YouTube asking, is it a buy now at 1960? No, I would not attempt to buy at all. I would just let it play out.
Yeah.
If it comes,
can you check? Sorry.
If it comes,
check yield, 10 years yield. I think that is highest now.
So if it comes back down to 1950, you know, just let it play out. Let it drop. You know, we tried to buy the falling knives twice. That's it. Because it's trading now below the weekly pivot, it's definitely going to drop even lower. So do not try, do not attempt, or I'm not trying to attempt to buy any further. I want to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the key buying levels, the key support levels, which is, you know, 1947, 1950. There is another one at 1935. And the third one, based on the fib, is at 1956. So these price levels are good for buying opportunities. You know, support and resistance, weekly pivots, Fibonacci. And what I'm going to do is set an alert to every single one of them. If it hits, I don't set the buy limit. I'm just going to observe how price is reacting. If you look left on the chart, imagine that this was a support and resistance. Price, you know, came back down. And, you know, if it reacted bullishly, it's most likely to continue up. So all you had to do is just keep buying. And then, you know, it went up 2,000 pips. Simple as that. And Anwar just asked me to check the US 10-year Treasury yield. There you go, buddy. There's your Treasury yield.
I think this is highest.
Someone else.
No,
Say it again.
asked Alok.
Oh, Alok, sorry.
Alok is out of it, yeah.
Since December it is highest.
Can you repeat?
I think since December it is highest yield now. 10 years.
I'm having difficulties to hear you.
I think since December it is highest.
Yeah, it's going up. But what are you trying to say with this?
I think this is causing a drop in gold.
Yeah, it is a possibility, but if you look at the beginning of March, right here, was gold going down at the beginning of March? It's the beginning of March, gold was going up with the yields. So you have to be careful when you, yes, there is a correlation short term between yields and gold as well, because, you know, it's a competing asset classes. But it's not always straightforward, so we cannot make a conclusion that, you know, when yields are rising, gold is going to drop. Short term, yes. Long term, I don't think so. You have to factor in everything that's happening on the markets. Yeah, it could be an explanation at why gold is dropping today.
All right, yeah.
But in my opinion, I'm not going to attempt to buy anymore, neither sell. So I'm just going to wait out and observe how the market is going to react. Let's see.
Can we buy gold at 1950?
Say it again.
Can we buy gold at 1950 to 1948?
How long is a piece of string? Yeah, I said it's buying opportunity at 1950, 1935, but you know, I'm not going to buy it blindly after this impulse move. If you want, feel free to do so, but you know the drill. If you're the team member for a long time, you know exactly that you mark these levels.
Yes.
And you wait. And you wait for price action to see how it's reacting. All you have to do is look left. You know, if this was a support level, price impulse moved to the upside, came back to retest. If it bounced back, you know, respected the support level, all you have to do is go down to a lower time frame. And if I go down to the 15-minute chart, what do we have? We have consolidations just under a resistance level, and it broke, you know, if price consolidates below resistance level, 99% it's going to break through with an impulse move, which it did. Of course, it came back to retest the trend line, but then again came back above, you know. So you want to see price action on lower time frame after you marked your key support and resistance levels. So all you have to do here is the same thing. Mark your levels, support, resistance, and then see how price is going to react. Don't rush into any buys, in my opinion.
Okay.
So Scott Sullivan on YouTube says that he thinks that news had a big impact on gold. Yes, in the past 3 months, I would say monetary policy and fundamentals have way bigger impact on the gold market than anything else. But if you look on the news outlets, it's difficult to follow what is happening on, you know, in Ukraine, because any minute there's a news comes out pro or against Ukraine or Russia, so it's difficult to get reliable information firsthand. To answer to Alok, there is a good article about relationship between gold and bond yields, written by Sunshine Profits. Yes, that's the one. So if you're interested to read about the relationship, and it's going to tell you exactly what I said, that it's difficult to derive any meaningful correlation between, you know, yields and gold price. And remember that correlation is not causality. And exactly here, the data confirms, or the data does not confirm the positive relationship between gold and the bond market. And you can see that this is the 10-year treasury yield and the gold price. There are many different aspects and variables that go into the equation. So it's hard to tell whether today's drop was caused by the increase of treasury yields. It is possible, depending on the environment and the narrative that's happening all around the world. Inflation, demand for, you know, government bonds. So I think we have to call it, or I'm going to leave gold for today. Question is, what should we do? What else should we analyze? US 30 should be going down. No, he's still respecting the trend line. So what do you guys want to analyze if we leave gold the rest for today?
I was hearing something on the Europe USD reforms. I heard like it's doing good because of USD value going down. Not sure what was that. Thomas, you want to talk something about that?
So if you're not sure about what is the question or what you're trying to explain, I don't know what to answer.
No, the euro is going up. That's what the speculation is about. So I just
that is speculation.
Yeah.
So would you put your money on pure speculation? And where did you get the information? Was it a reliable source or some signal group?
No, in our group. We were just talking today, right?
Yeah. I've seen some people shorting. You know, if you look at the technicals, euro is obviously getting hammered because you can see that there is an interest rate parity between the Eurozone and the US. Obviously, US has now offering higher yields on government bonds, therefore the demand for dollars are going to increase, which leaving behind the euros. So every trader is exchanging euros to dollars to buy the US denominated government bonds, and that is causing this massive drop, and that's why investors are turning away from our beloved euro and going into the hands of the US government bonds. If you look at the technicals, you can see this massive drop or lack of demand for the euro and increased demand for the US dollar because people are buying US denominated government bonds and stocks and everything. So if you look at the technicals, impulse move is followed by retracement. So, you know, there is always a possibility that price is going to come back to retest the trend line before it drops. But right now, it's not to my liking because it broke the previous market structure, broke the previous low. And, you know, the euro is just getting hammered. And I think there's a big appetite for US dollar. And there's also a massive shortage of US dollar on the market right now. So the dollar is going to be much stronger against the euro. So again, this is one of the kind of pairs that I'm not too confident trading in the current market conditions. I know it's a disappointing answer, but you know, if it comes back to the trend line, I would just sell. Is this going to be a support level based on technicals? I would not rely on technicals in one of the most traded pairs in the world, especially that, you know, fundamentals pointing into different direction. Euro is gonna get hammered.
Agree. Thank you.
So someone said GJ. Now, have a look on GJ. What do you see? So GJ, what we see now, or what I see, is that it's way too extended to buy. Way too bullish to sell. The momentum, it's extended to a level that, you know, it's a no man's land. If I'm just going to, it's trading above the previous daily high, previous daily close, previous daily open. Anwar, are you watching TV?
That's not me, Thomas. I'm on mute.
Oh. Apologies. And keep calling your name, but it's not you.
Yeah.
We blame everything on Anwar. No
Yay, Mr. Galmers is back. Finally, the man is saving the stream. Because we are struggling to make any profit today, Mr. Galmers. Believe it or not,
yes.
I'm losing money today.
Oi.
I'm... Shame, I know. I should not stream. I should just...
So you have to reconsider to draw down your costs on your roof. Is it that bad?
No, it's not that bad. So I had, but actually I had 4.5k loss today, which is,
Oi.
you know, yeah, it's a bit more. I think, how much is that? That's.
Why are you in a buy for gold?
Are you in a buy?
No, you? Did you
No,
lost?
I'm not going to touch. Yeah, I was in a buy. Who the fuck is listening to?
Someone plays sad song for us.
No, that is a nice song. I like it. Keep playing. But anyway, so Mr. Galmers,
yeah,
are you willing to save the stream? Are you willing to save the stream and give us a setup? Because I'm failing today. I should not trade. You know, I should give back my my degree, my license, my everything. So the stream is now in your hands.
Yeah.
To give us some profit.
Wait a second, someone is.
Thomas, you're so dramatic.
I know, but you know, this is unacceptable. This performance. How many times did we have
but it's
losing
part
days?
of, like, trading. If people
Come on,
doesn't
man.
know, like, you know, take into consideration losing, then trading is not for them.
No, I'm just being a bit dramatic, but you know, this is YouTube. We have to overplay sometimes our roles.
Be a bit of a drama queen sometimes.
Yeah, I'm going to stop trading, going to work for, I don't know. If I were to leave trading, what job should I take? What could I take? And you see now, price is pulling back up the price. Welcome back. Price is pulling back above the weekly pivot, and I think that was a dirty move in gold. I'm telling you that gold is gonna go up. That is pulling back to the weekly pivot. So that impulse move. What do you think, Raul? Is it enough to buy?
I think it was an. I should enter around 75 and about 52. Wait, 57 and 52. I'm looking in that area for an entry.
For sell?
I buy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do the last buy of today. Because that dirty move is just pissing me off right now. So I'm going to place the stop loss at 1956, which is wide enough to survive. I'm going to take the take profit in 1992. And that is only half the risk that I usually take on gold. At least it should recover the losses that you know, I had today. So that is the position I opened last time for today. But that impulse move that rejected or going to reject the weekly pivot, it tells that this was a big fucking dirty move from gold. This impulse move to the downside. You know, it does happen sometimes. The only way to protect yourself is, you know, using stop loss and calculating your loss. That is the only way. It's like when you're going out, clubbing. Always use a condom. You know, you never know what's out there. Wrap your willy.
Sideways.
Yeah, as a possibility.
Thomas.
I'm past that time. I'm clubbing anymore. I want to see it moving up the weekly pivot.
I want to bloody see that it's moving up because it's, you know, I'm 4K down.
Is it
and I can't find my bloody charger. So, Raul, as a friend, I'm asking you desperately in need, show us some good trade opportunities.
I'm gonna trade this week again. I had a break of 3 weeks.
Oh, because of the renovation.
Oh, renovation. Busy on my work. A lot of suppliers, shit, or everything. So I think it's a little bit calmer now. So I'm consider start trading this week again. So I start making my analysis also.
Yay, Mr. Galmers is back.
It was nice. It was nice to have a break. I had really no feel. I didn't want to trade either. I didn't feel good in that way.
Yeah.
So it's maybe we're fresh start, fresh mind. I hope.
Yeah, market is.
But I want to see it above 65 for an buy again.
Yeah, but I think, and even I got this question on YouTube from Jacob Wenham, who wrote that you said you were not going to jump into another buy position. Yes, but what I said previously doesn't reflect on the investment decisions I make in the future, because, you know, markets are changing, therefore I'm changing too. So, you know, this is how it works. And this impulse move, which was, you know, 56 pip, and that is enough for me that, you know, the weekly pivot is acting like a magnet. Yes, it broke through, but then immediately pulled back, and that signals me that yes, my theory was good and this was just a dirty move. Simple as that.
Yes.
And you have to trust your analysis. You have to be awake and ready to execute when you know, you have to watch the market. If you see opportunity, you have to take it.
Yes. We will see. You're still.
I think it's gonna go sideways.
Sideways. I don't mind if it's in profit in sideways, but question is, where is it going to go after moving sideways?
Bullish. It's gonna go up.
Yes, I'm
there you go.
Also.
So if you say it's bullish, that's good enough for me to buy.
Are we buying?
Buy.
Buy or sell. Buy or sell.
Yeah, buy. Definitely still buy.
Ik zeg bye.
Yeah. We did buy and it said bye. That was a good one. Yeah.
Good.
I need to find my charger. I'm back in a sec.
Almost 300 viewers on YouTube.
Where's Alan? I miss you, Raoul and Alan.
I'm
Do you know
here.
how many?
I'm here.
Do you know how
Alan.
many viewers we had on YouTube?
We had a
Raoul?
good Easter.
Yes. I feel my back.
Yeah.
We bought the house. We start direct renovate it. So.
Okay. So. Just to give you an accurate representation about my current position. Yeah, it looks like something like this in a tiny bit of drawdown. So my stop loss is at 1956. So just below the previous low. And what I'm waiting for is, you know, bullish market structure on a lower time frame. So what you have to do is go down to a lower time frame, M15, M5, and you want to see this kind of market structure. You want to see a candle that is pulling above the weekly pivot.
Still on MT4.
Oh, sorry. There you go. So.
Yes, that's what I'm aiming for. Agree.
Thank you. That means the world to me.
And if it doesn't hold, then I'm looking for an entry around 1950, 51.
Absolutely.
That's the next level for me.
Do you know how many viewers we had on YouTube today?
Almost 300.
Over 300, 360.
Over 300 now.
Yeah, 360. That was a good day.
Good day, viewers. But
hello, Thomas.
Not in the market. Hey, Chintan, or who is it?
Panya.
Panya, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I want to ask you one question. Why it fall down like a waterfall? Because as I check in for factory, we don't have the news below to the USD.
So many possible explanations, which you know, maybe I don't have all of the information. If you look purely on the technicals and think logically, this impulse move, this bullish market structure. So since we broke out from this wedge on the chart, can you see it, Panya?
Yep. I see it.
So it broke out with an impulse move and it went up. So this impulse move, every impulse move is followed by what? Retracement. Do you see any meaningful retracement since it broke out from this wedge? Absolutely not. So it is time now that retracement that we were waiting you know, for quite some time, now it's happening, and it broke down the bullish market structure, bullish momentum. So now just observing, but you know, this is definitely going to retrace back up. So retracement, there is a possibility that, you know, price could come back down to 1946 to 1932, any of these levels, or maybe just going to continue to higher if we have any bullish news for gold on the markets. It's a difficult time to trade, but you know, those who join and decide to trade with me have to accept the losses and not just the wins. And it's now back above the, no, just massaging the weekly pivot. So could this be a dirty move from gold, like it does once a month? Most likely.
Definitely a shakeout. Get the retailers up.
Damn right. Welcome back, Tez.
Thank you very much. Just finished work. Thought I'd join in.
How was work?
It was tiring but easy.
When was the last time when we had so many losses in a live stream?
Since I joined, I can't remember any losses, but yeah, they were probably the first major one.
Yeah.
Probably last year.
Last year, I would agree, yeah. But we didn't have that many live streams last year. What do you think, guys? Is gold gonna go up or down?
Gonna go up.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go up. Just caught all the, buyers and some liquidity.
Yeah.
That's what I think too. It was like chasing some liquidity, but now it's like moving its way up.
Dirty move, I call it.
Could
Can't
be
move.
because of the long holidays, and yeah.
It's like when you go in a fight in a pub and someone punches you in the nuts. That's a dirty move. Hirsch, you from Germany?
I'm from Singapore.
Ah, I thought I thought it's a Germanish accent.
I think I'm the youngest one here,
How old?
like 22.
No, you're not the youngest.
No, not the youngest. I am.
You
Oh,
old, you an
really?
old fart.
Raul sounds
Oh,
really young. I think he
yes.
might be just 16 or 17. right?
I'm young in mind,
Yeah, good to hear.
but I think Angelo Cido is the youngest.
Well, how old is he?
18.
He was something like 18, 19.
Oh shit! Nice. That's cool.
70 or an 18, Angelo is. Alright, he's young.
Respect.
But he's a good trader. He's a good guy.
Nice.
Yeah, he does well. He does well.
Have you guys been to Singapore before?
No.
No. I have
You should.
friends and family who live in Singapore.
Ah.
And we planned to go before. During the pandemic, we actually had the flight tickets, but then shit hit the fans, so we had to cancel. And ladies and
Unlucky.
gentlemen, look
That's
on
an
the chart.
interesting
What the fuck is gold doing? Now it's pulling back above the weekly pivot
Yeah.
point. And what did I say? It's
For
gonna
fuck's
pull above.
sake.
Yeah, that's why I entered into another buy. Those people asking on YouTube. Is a dirty move. But gold does it. Did you notice that gold does these dirty moves once, twice, maximum 3 times a month? So every single week we have this one dirty move. And then it just
Yeah.
moves. So Quiza Pereira has a good question, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, a meaningful question. Overall, we're bullish, but could reduction of the ECB and Fed balance of sheet have anything to do with gold move today? Whether it has to do with the gold move today, I don't know. I don't think so, because the ECB did not start reducing the balance sheet. They did not start increasing the interest rate. The only player is the Fed. The Fed announced 6 or 7 interest rate hike in 2022. They already started increasing the interest rate by 25 bips, 25 basis points, which is 0.25%. And they also committed to reduce the balance sheet. I can't remember the exact number, but they have 9 trillion debt, and they're not going to, they leave it to mature. They're not going to renew it. They're going to close down the positions. But I don't know how many billions per week or month, but that is going to affect gold. And if you look back in 2015, if I'm correct, the last time when interest rates started to go up, so they increased the interest rate in 2015, it is on the chart right here, which I marked it for you guys. This was the 2015 December rate hike. People on YouTube, guess what happened the last time when the Fed started to increase the interest rate? Did gold go up or down? And I'm curious to hear the answer from the team members in the Zoom. 2015, last time when the Fed started to increase interest rate. How did it affect gold price?
started moving up really powerfully.
Oh, but you know this. I was expecting someone else, Nick. You're ruining it.
Yeah, I cheated, sorry.
Yes, it was going up. So up until the point when the Fed was talking about the possibility that they increase interest rate, gold was dropping so fucking hard. It was painful to watch. As soon as they increased the interest rate, gold started to go up. So that is the correlation between interest rate and gold. And that is on historical performance. God, that felt good. Now go back to the chart. And look what is happening. It's fucking
Is it an
pushing.
open TP, Thomas?
Yeah. Yeah. You can. Why?
I guess it's not going sideways, huh?
You keep saying sideways. How about adding another position? B, you can, my first TP, I think if you look on TradingView, I would definitely take some position at 1973, and I'll show you why. If it was to continue the bearish market structure for any reason, if you look at the chart,
73 for a sell.
where would you, no, but where would you take profit if you enter now? Previous daily open.
I don't know anymore. Like, for fuck's sake.
I would, if I still believe it's gonna go up, but if you're in a buy and if you want to take some, if you want to mark a take profit level, where would you mark it?
1978.
The previous support and resistance. Yeah, previous daily open, previous support and resistance. That lines up with the trend line. I think that is a perfect place to take some profit.
Got it. But I'm already thinking of a sell there at that level.
You're thinking about the sell?
Just scalping. I'm gonna be back to my scalping.
That's good. I'm so sleepy today.
Ages.
US 30's on the move as well.
Oil dropped like crazy. I took
Whoa.
a 10 lot sell at 108. On my demo, I took a 10 lot sell at 108. It's at 104. That's like mad.
US 30 is on the run. But it's still within the wedge. So it's not... Wow, that is a big move.
It's been doing this sort of move every day about 2:30.
Yeah, it's the market open.
I've regularly taken a small buy at that sort of time just to catch it.
Picking up the crumbles and making millions. Yeah. That sounds like a strategy, Alan.
Well, it's just historically it seems to be doing it all the time, and then it slowly comes down again. But...
You should share these.
Well, no, I've said this before, though. Actually,
we did listen. I remember. You did mention every single day. 2:30 is coming.
Nasdaq always whiplashes on New York Open, up and down.
No, that's right.
That's the thing. Like it's so much. Order hits the market. It's whiplash.
Now, quick tips. By the way, that was an amazing entry we got in. Thank you, Thomas.
for
The shiny one.
in the morning.
No, now. The morning one, I took a loss with you on that one. I finished work and I saw it. But this one, we just jumped in now.
Yeah, let's wait. I mean, time will tell whether it's a good entry. The morning one, I'm pissed off because that was a nice, you know, how much was the? That was literally 0 drawdown, and it was about 70, almost 80 pips. No, it was 80 pips, 84 pips profit, and then it just boof. Got hammered.
I didn't even put stop loss in profit. I left it where it was. So I was like, right, it's in good profit.
Oh man.
By the time I finish work, it'll be done TP. It didn't happen.
Yeah, and then it, you know, this bloody dirty move, and I pulled down the trousers. Damn, US 30 is moving up. But you know, these things happen.
Definitely, yeah. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Yep, that's exactly. And thank you so much for mentioning it, because many people who come to the stream. Yeah, many people come to the stream. They think that, you know, this stream is going to be 100% bulletproof. No, that's not. Doesn't work like that.
Losses are a part of the game. You gotta accept them.
In it, bruv.
That's it, bruv.
Trust me. Trust me.
Trust me.
Trust me. Trust me.
Where's the guy today?
What, Jimmy?
Ramadan.
Ramadan is, but you know, he could join the stream. Doesn't mean he has to trade.
Yeah, but if he's fasting, he might be sleeping it off.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd be doing that.
He's so energetic, and now he had no energy to. He can eat something.
It's fine. B works her magic, and you know, he's gonna be full of energy. He lives for the ladies.
What magic?
Well, you know, your charisma.
Say it. Say it. I
Your
dare you,
personality.
say
Your charisma. Yeah. Your charm. You work your magic, and then, you know.
Nah. If I
The
work
dead-
my magic here, your stream will be reported so hard.
Oi.
Bring it on. Bring it on. We're moving to OnlyFans, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving to OnlyFans. I wonder. Don't slap that child. Is Christine on the stream? I saw her comment on Discord.
I'm here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Gold has nothing to do with the balance sheet. It's not on the balance sheet. That's just different things that they're reducing.
Yeah, gold is more on the reserve thing. So like if they're really going to reduce their balance sheets with the cash, they will either do
no,
buy
that's
gold
too
as reserves and stuff.
Yeah, but that's yeah, the Fed or any central bank balance sheet. That's the bonds that they're buying.
I think they're just going to let them like mature. They're not really going to do any more buying.
They do. No, I don't think they're going to buy. They're letting just, you know, run out all the liabilities, just maturing, as you said. But I caught off guard, and I had to think hard that what are the securities on the balance sheet. So I'm looking up now.
Hope you feel better now, Christine.
For what?
Didn't you get COVID or something?
No, that's Michelle. That's not me.
Oh, okay. I'm Michelle. I feel better now.
Yes, I'm
Everyone's not
fine.
sending me messages like, help me feel better.
What, Raoul?
There we have Michelle.
I think at one point they started buying corporate bonds when they were
after the crisis
buying assets in the market. Yeah, they started buying corporate bonds in some, I think, major firms' shares, but I don't know the proportions, how they reduce on each side, but I think corporate bonds is the ones that they liquidate the soonest, I think.
The bonds, they start with the bonds because those are the ones that has an expiry date, maturity. I know that the short or long-term liabilities, that they have more mortgage-backed securities as well. They have the corporate bonds. They have oh fuck me. Yeah, I need to look up. So it's the whatever they purchase in the open market operation, that is going to reduce, but they have a ton. And the Fed liabilities are also the currencies that's in circulation, but they're obviously not going to reduce that, but they're going to reduce in a form that's, you know, tightening the money supply. And the deposits that the other banks have with the central bank, that's a liability as well, but they're not going to reduce that. So it leaves us with the bonds and the mortgage-backed securities.
I think they have some shares of some major companies as well, but then they have, like, when they sell them, they have to do it like on a much slower pace, just in case they really.
Is it common shares?
Yeah, common shares.
Yeah. Anyway, they have a bunch of assets they have to sell off. It's 9 trillion. It's huge. I think people on YouTube fancy the idea of go to OnlyFans. Oh, Dane Henry just commented on Michelle's voice. You might want to read that, Michelle. Actually, people recognizing the members on the Zoom, and they miss the members, like talking about Michelle's sexy voice, mentioned by Dane Henry, Raoul and Alan, and now B's mentioned also a couple of times, so we're becoming famous.
Yes.
The one with the sexy voice is Christine.
Well, I don't want to take sides really, so I'm just gonna go with all of you. All of you are having a sexy voice.
I
put
don't
it
mind
this
at
way.
all, so it's okay. It's just a comment, so good. I bet those two take it.
Yeah, but you get this. I get this comment every single week, twice or 4 times. So it's becoming a trend now that people missing this or that sexy voice. They never comment on my voice, by the way.
This is your captain speaking.
Christine
We wish
could
you
get
a
it.
good flight. We have some turbulence, right, Thomas?
Damn right. Welcome back, ladies and
Hey, when
gentlemen.
I was watching YouTube, I was like, oh my god, Thomas voice is so sexy. Yes.
That's why I gave you a membership, because you have some, you know, you recognize the talent and, you know, the nice things. And that deserves.
I thought you gave it to me because it was my birthday.
Yeah, that was
It was
one
a lot
thing.
of things.
Yeah, it's a multiple thing, so let's put it this way. But You did something good that day. I didn't regret.
I don't want to comment.
I didn't regret because I think you and Jimmy are adding value to the live streams, to the community. None of you are selfish. You're helping each other and others. So I think it was a right decision. But that's yet to be confirmed. Boise on YouTube. Michelle will be the next YouTube sensation. Lol. Naughty Soul asking, buy or sell?
Oh my god.
So, do I want to break my heart watching it US 30? Oh god.
Oi.
That is a big move. Did anyone catch it?
No.
No.
What was the short it hit? 34,700.
So Naughty Soul on YouTube, what to do now? Sell or buy? Well, I don't know what asset class or security you thinking, but gold, I can give you a non-financial advice that I'm currently in a buy on gold, if it makes any sense to you. I placed the stop loss. Let me show you. Stop loss is right on the chart. 2 positions in a drawdown. Not looking good. This is not. But I'm long-term in a buy on gold. So moving back to trading view, you see the first entry just on the weekly pivot point. If it stays above, if you see a candle closing above the weekly pivot, that is a good sign. And that means price is going to continue higher. If you see combined with the kind of bullish market structure I marked on the chart, if you see it on lower time frame, it means gold is going to go up. But today the market is acting quite bitchy, so you know it's up to your preference whether you like this kind of behavior. You know, somebody like to get spanked and pull down the trousers. No, pull down the trousers and get spanked. It's not me. But for some reason I keep coming back for more. And gold does the same thing every single month, once or twice.
So then tomorrow we have a profitable trade.
I bloody hope
Has
so.
To be.
Because the heat pumps, turns out, are bloody expensive on the new house.
Yes.
And I want 2 type of heating systems. So one of them is going to be the regular gas. And the other one is going to be heat pumps. Because I don't want to be caught out, you know, one of them is going to screw up or whatever happens. I like to have 2.
Heat bands?
Heating systems. Heat pumps.
Yeah, what kind of what is that?
The heat pump.
Yeah.
I'll show you. It looks like an AC.
Oh, air. Yeah, I have those in both houses.
Yeah, but this is not an AC. This is a heat pump. So from 1 kilojoule energy, it produces 3 kilojoules. So this is the most energy efficient way of heating. And if there's -5 Celsius outside, it can able to produce plus 15 or 20 Celsius inside the house. So it's converted. I think there's about 20 Celsius or 25 Celsius difference it can generate from the outside air. So if it's
then I have that. I can up to -20.
Yeah.
This winter we had -20 and it's giving 20-25 degrees inside in the house.
Is it 40 Celsius the difference it can handle?
You know, I think even more. It's the Nordic version.
Yeah.
And you have some blower in your ceiling, but I have it on the floor. It's like an element on the floor.
Okay.
That's it's much more design, and I think it looks nicer. And I didn't do it in the living room.
Yeah, I think inside the house
like the
is
sound
it.
and,
Yeah, but inside the house it's actually an AC.
No.
No?
Are you different? I have a kind of ace. Yes, I wait. I will show. I'll look it up. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it's so basically I'm going to have two heating system. One of them is the regular gas. It's going to be floor heating. So I just sent the plans are going to be sent in for validation. So hopefully the council is going to accept it. A new gas heating system with the heat pump, with the solar powers, the solar panels, and also I'm going to have the buffer thing. There's going to be yes, it's going to be a buffer storage, something that's going to keep the heat and the energy. So I'm going to have solar powers as well.
I'm very happy with them.
Yeah, it's one of the most efficient heating right now, and since we are on the brink of energy crisis in Europe, I think this is one of the most energy and cost effective.
I think I installed it, and I think my energy bill went only up for a month about, I think, 30 euros.
That sounds about my father-in-law. So my wife's parents, they have solar powers on the roof, and everything is controlled by electricity. So the heating, the hot water, the electronics, and the average monthly payment to run the house, so the cost of the house is less than £30, and that's including heavy heating during the winter. So it was 25 Celsius constantly during the winter in that house, and they didn't pay more than £30 a month.
If I have all my electricity, then it's just a little bit more. Then I pay, I think, it's about, in the winter, 150 euros. But I saw an increase when I installed that pump. I had only more costs of 30 euros.
Yeah, these are really, really good. I highly recommend to everyone. You can get some government funding as well. I'm going to get government funding because, you know, building up these systems can be bloody expensive. So any money you can get out from the government, take it. Luckily in Hungary we have 50% help. So the government is paying 50% as soon as possible for people to change, because they know that, you know, a big problem is coming with the electricity and energy. So they're motivating people to take out these systems, and it's brilliant. So I highly recommend everyone to go solar power, heat pumps, and be more efficient. The good thing is that because we're starting the house almost from scratch, that everything is designed up to the latest standards. Guess how many followers we have on YouTube? We have 7,980 followers on YouTube. So it is 17 subscribers away to hit 8K.
Wow.
I like Raoul's wow.
Wow.
Wow. It's not very energetic, but yet it's good. Wow. Dylan Tweet on YouTube. I passed my FTMO challenge last week, Thomas. Well done. Congratulations, buddy. Was it phase 1 or 2?
Unfortunately, no one didn't pass phase 2.
Well,
I hope so. He will manage it, but dear
oh,
no.
thank you. I see. Yeah, I think you have the same kind of system. It is like an AC, but can it heat and cool your?
Yep, both.
So that's an inside AC.
Yep.
I'm gonna disappear off. I'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, Alan.
Bye.
I am happy it's not only heater but also AC, and that
Bye,
is
Alan.
so fucking nice in the summer.
The only bad thing is that when using it as a cooling AC, that you have to clean it. Whereas you're just using it for heating, it doesn't really need any maintenance. You don't have to clean it each year. Not as frequently as when using it for cooling.
No.
And ladies and gentlemen,
maintenance var every week, so of every year after
that's good.
Contract.
So it's like a paid
Yep.
paid service.
Yep.
That's cool.
A standard coming every year for a maintenance. Clean it, check it, for sure.
I think I'm gonna call it a day.
I go
And
home
then,
also.
yeah,
Then
it's
it went up.
4 o'clock, and hopefully when I end the stream, gold is gonna go up. You know the drill. But team, thank you so much, and see you tomorrow 8 a.m. sharp. Have a good day.
Amen.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
People on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a fantastic stream. Finally, Easter holidays are over, so we're back to trading. That's what I was waiting for. I was really missed you. But now you're back into my life. We can do the live streams. That's why I left 2 hours and 10 minutes for today. We're going to have another live stream tomorrow, the same time. We're going to analyze the market. Hopefully, we're going to see some entry opportunities, maybe better than today. Today wasn't as expected, but you know, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. See you tomorrow at 1 p.m. This is the Alpha Effects.
It's all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.